All of us have different strengths. All of us have different interests. All of us have different passions about a variety of things. There is none of us in most organizations, except for education, where people actually work by themselves and are expected to know everything about everything. And so, in fact, we distribute expertise in most of our organizations all the time. Nobody expects me to know a whole lot about marketing and student services and all the ins and outs of lots of systems and things. There are people who know that, and they know that extraordinarily well. There are people who understand marketing and recruiting and those kinds of systems. I don't have to know that in a deep way. I just have to know that I've got people that I can count on my team who can do that. And there are lots of examples like that. And in most organizations, that's the way people work. In education, we have not worked that way. We have been in a one teacher, one classroom model where we are expecting that individual teacher to know a lot about a lot of things. There are in Arizona 173 standards, and most states have their own set of standards. And we ask educators before graduating from a teacher preparation program at the age of 22, think about that, to know all of those things and be really good at it, to be what we have always called day one ready, which I think is really a misnomer. So the only way then we start thinking about what is deeper and personalized learning. And deeper learning means that one, you have to really have a sense of what that really means in terms of content, in terms of how you can get kids there, in terms of how you can help kids to discover what their passions and interests are. And you have to do that times 30 or 60 or 180 if you're a secondary teacher. When we think about personalization, we don't sometimes we think about it as individuals, sometimes we think about it as small groups, but this ability, right, to be able to look at data, to be able to see where kids are in some developmental continuum, and then support not only the personalization of that, but the deeper and personalization of that, in terms of inquiry, in terms of how we use technology, in terms of thinking about how technology then supports all of that. Um, I think it is not humanly possible for somebody to put all of that together, right? To be able to not be distributing expertise, to know that by themselves, and also be required to deepen and personalize learning. I just don't think you can do it as a single person. So the beauty of now thinking about teams and distributed expertise helps us also then to have more people with more knowledge, more content knowledge, more skills, different skills to actually be able to wrap themselves around a group of kids to support that deeper learning and to support that in a more personalized way.